Alright, looks like that worked. We should be live now.
Okay.
Just do a quick post. Running. We should be good. We'll finally be starting now. Okay, and then starting for realsies now. There. Okay. Just to confirm, can people in chat hear us, see us?
Well, they can't see us regardless because we don't have a webcam, but...
You might not. I'd have to set up my webcam. Hey, SG. We coming through A-okay?
You can see and hear everything, yeah.
Nice.
Sorry about that. It was something on Twitch's end, but they fixed it, so...
The game is paused. Well, I'm technically on a loading screen, but once I hit the button, you should have sound. So I figured I'd start us off by just going through the cutscene that we ended on last time again. What a crazy evening. No kidding.
Top everything off, I ordered food for dinner and it wound up not getting here until 40 minutes after it was supposed to.
Honestly, sounds about right for how things have been proceeding. Alright. Final chapter, Syrup Castle. Story 1, get to the castle!
Very aggressive.
Do it!
Anyway, I can't believe the final chapter has 30 levels. I know, right?
Clearly, this is a very backloaded game. Oh, wait. I immediately forgot what game we were working with. Okay.
So here's a good example of the fire not coming in handy because it'll cause you to run off.
Ha.
I like how they can get versatility out of the enemies and turn them into either an obstacle or a puzzle-solving element.
Definitely. Now that is interesting. So now the game wants us to carry over the Firefox to destroy these blocks. So, let's see if we can do that. I'll have to go through this door here first, though.
Just grab the Mozilla.
Darn.
Just murder the Mozilla.
Well, not if we can help it. I guess I basically just have to not charge into it, just walk into it?
Jump on the left side of its body.
Oh.
No, you can't pick it up. It doesn't stun it for real like that. You have to jump on it.
Ah, okay. I think the Thunderbird would help you out more here. Well, yes, but Thunderbird's kind of powerful. I think the Thunderbird's a creation deity. I'm a little fuzzy on that.
I don't even know what mythology it's from. So. Slash religion.
Native American. Yeah, I forget which tribe. I'm a little fuzzy on some of my Native American myth traditions. I want to say.
I mean, there's more federally recognized tribes in the U.S. than there are countries in the world. So, like, there's a lot to learn.
Oh, huh. Let's see. Nice.
These guys give me Scrafty vibes. I mean, yeah, Scrafty vibes.
Yeah, I can see that.
Scarfy, not Scrafty.
Oh.
Scarfy vibes.
I can see that much more easily.
Yeah, Scrafty's a Pokemon.
None of that worked the way I was hoping to. Oh wait, maybe because there's some stuff below, maybe I have to stomp in the right spot.
I don't think making them angry was the solution. You're gonna lose more than they're even worth.
True.
These birds look like the kind of thing to say it's a living in a Flintstones cartoon.
Yeah, absolutely. So why does Wario have weird elf ears?
Your guess is as good as mine. I guess he's a creepy goblin dude.
Yeah, fair. Oh, I bet you those guys. You certainly ain't no high elf. You saying Wario's a drow?
Or perhaps a night elf. Or a dark elf. I don't know, those three are somewhat interchangeable.
Rats. There's gonna be some trick here that I'm missing. Yeah, whatever.
You'll just miss out on the treasure forever. No big deal.
You're right, that's not playing very Wario. Now to eat my sushi. Sushi sounds good right about now.
What sushi would you recommend for someone that has never had sushi and does not generally like fish?
Admittedly, I'm not enough of a sushi guy to really advise there.
Fair.
But, people in chat, maybe. Monday. California rolls are a safe bet, at least for the novice. Jerk. There. See, shrimp is usually not very fishy. My dad eats that and doesn't usually like fish. Kappa-maki cucumber is good too, and tamago.
Alright.
Salmon is also a good entry point if you know you like Novalox. Go home, you drunk! You drunk, Wolfie!
They're so aggressive with their throwing the bottles, man. They're just so fast with it. It's like...
Yeah, they just whip those suckers out.
The impact is... It's like a real bottle or something. Just like, wham!
Jeez Louise. I will say, it's not, damn it, I did it again. I think I'm more of a tempura guy than I am a sushi guy, strictly speaking.
Oh, yeah, same. I would always get tempura.
But tempura is good.
If it's just a general Japanese restaurant, there's lots I could order. I could order ramen. I could order chicken katsu. I could order chicken teriyaki. It's all good stuff.
True enough.
Tempura.
Let's see. Boomgardner advises if you're new to it, don't get uni or salmon roe. Another good one for beginners, inari. Darn.
It's so dickish. That one's just a greed trap, too.
Naturally. Watch, I needed that guy.
You might have.
Well, let's see. Come on, Foxy. There it is. Nice. Right.
Okay, I got the right, you got the left.
I got the left.
I don't think it was on my side.
Rats, I don't think it was on my side either.
Uh-huh.
Okay. maybe top left of my side.
Okay.
Ah! Rats, that was my second guess. That's okay. We got plenty of monies. I like how this hinges upon the context that Wario built green traps for himself, or at least probably knows that they're there.
Top right.
Okay. Good. Good. Come on, give it to me. A sword?
No, staff. A wizard staff.
Oh, okay. Or maybe half a sizz. Squad got your back. Don't stare at me. Oh yeah, I see it now. Alright, and let's not skip this. Okay, that could be a lot of these. Basically anything but 6 or 5.
Yep.
Alright, now this is interesting. This could be 9, this could be 4. I don't think it could be anything else.
I think you're right.
Keep them coming.
Doesn't help.
That's 4.
Yep.
Wario inexplicably had a crossover with Kill la Kill and now has half a scissor. That's all I'm saying. Okay, 3-5 is the one that I'll need to redo. Storm the castle! You technically were not the person who said that. Eh.
Good thing this castle isn't collapsing on us from destroying the support towers.
Yeah, these are not
support pillars.
These are not load-bearing pillars.
Monkey.
No monkey. Nice. Oh, now this is interesting. I do want to keep this guy alive for a little bit.
Long enough to do that.
And again on this one. Do it. It will never cease to amuse me that Wario doesn't die in this game, he's merely inconvenienced.
Yes, he is inconvenienced quite a bit, though. It's a very miserable life he lives.
Being Wario is suffering.
Yeah. But he doesn't never actually die.
Oh, it's a wizard! And
Now you're tiny Wario. He showed up in this game.
Yay! Don't think I ever really appreciated that this was just Tiny Wario's last appearance.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Tiny Wario is too small to fit through doors, naturally. Oh, he does still have his small hawk.
Mm-hmm.
I missed
That ever since Wario Land II.
Oh wait, I know.
I think.
Yeah, we didn't quite see it in our playthrough of it, but you're right.
Yeah, that was the one thing we didn't get to see because it glitched out, oddly enough.
Unless you count the tiny Wario squad from Smooth Moves. Oh, I guess I didn't realize he came back. That's cool. Or I forgot it did. I also like that the Goom Wizard is just two Gooms standing on top of one another.
They're trying to get into an R-rated movie.
Darn.
That's what's very greedy.
Oh, I think I do need to be a little guy.
Yep. Punished for your hubris.
I like Wario's sense of interior decorating. Polka dot, pink wallpaper, hell yes.
Oh, well, this isn't Wario's interior decorating, this is Captain Syrup's interior decorating. But yes.
There we go.
Well, he didn't redo this because this is Syrup Castle, not Wario Castle. Very confusing, but yeah.
Oh no, Wario did not take over Syrup Castle. The genie gave him a new castle. That's
yeah.
Right. What do we have here? Yay, okay. Weirdly, skulls and polka dots seems to be a theme for Wario's enemies in the Wario Land games.
Fair enough, I suppose. Monkey. Middle one.
Middle top?
That one. Yeah, that one.
Nice. A cloak or cape. So no explanation on why Captain Syrup flooded her own castle, though.
Yeah.
Maybe she...
The lore reason, maybe she just wanted, like, a really fancy indoor moat / swimming pool. But the technical reason is because they reused this from World 1.
And... Oh wait, is there a switch I flip? There is. She's a pirate, so she wanted the sea back in her house. Honestly, maybe. Right, I forgot the pelicans came back. Oh yeah, they were in the first Wario Land, weren't they? Fine.
If you do quick jumps in succession, Wario always looks like he's hopping on one foot.
Oh yeah, kinda.
But you can't really just... Yeah, right there.
There. Out. Out. Oh. I believe that's our last transformation to see is Frozen Wario. Or is it like Ice Skating Wario?
No, it's Frozen Wario. Pretty sure there's some things you can break with that by freezing into them, but it's mostly a nuisance.
Ah. Peh.
Why are snowmen so heavy anyway?
Snow's dense, man. I don't know how to break it to you. Rude.
I mean, considering Wario doesn't struggle to lift Dino Mighty, I guess that means that they're heavier than that.
Well, he's worked out a bit since Wario Land II. Darn. Darn. Well, there's the exit. Oh, you again.
Imagine your sole purpose in life is to guard a switch by throwing bottles and being extremely effective at it.
Well, I mean... Oh, thought it froze for a sec there. Oh, rats. I just bamboozled myself. Maybe he was only tasked with guarding the switch, and the bottles are a result of, well, it's a coping mechanism.
He should take up healthier hobbies. We're all looking out for Wolf Rat Pirate guy. Maybe don't drink 12 bottles of grog every day. Just saying.
Of course, it's entirely possible that he takes after Soda Popinski.
Fair.
Alright.
Gotta do the baby jump.
Out of here!
There you go.
Forgot about him. Don't do it. boy, what are we dealing with here? Oh, shoot.
Zombie. You're fine. Just don't jump with the zombie.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Now you can jump with zombie. You should jump with zombie. Why didn't you jump with zombie?
I can't jump as zombie. I can only fall as zombie.
Oh. I think you can jump in Wario Land 3, but I could be wrong.
I think you're right, actually. I'll have to go back up for that.
I remember it being like a really sluggish jump, but could do it. But I could be wrong.
There we go. Instead of brains, it's bills. That should bite us over for a bit.
Indeed.
Sorry for your ears, everyone. Alright, what do you got? What do you got? What do you got? Could be lots of
Helpful.
things.
Still not helpful.
I don't think that even narrows it down any.
I think it gets rid of 2.
Oh, you're right. Now that is helpful.
Okay, now it's 1 or 7.
One.
Yep. 1. 1.
Defeat 4 ducks!
Fine, if you say so.
Take your pick of which ones, we're not too picky. Oh, this is a true mini-boss gauntlet. You have to pick your route.
March in Mild's fort?
Rude. Oh wow. Darn. Okay, so that'll just switch the platforms at any time. Oop. Probably have to do it from above. Oh well. Oh. No. That is wrong. Oh wait, it comes back.
Just have to slowly destroy it.
Bit by bit.
Block excavation.
I refuse to use that block. There's the first duck! And it's a dangerous one! Oh, that was duck 3.
Yeah, you're wrong. That is not the first duck. That's the third duck.
We're sequence breaking here, folks.
The third strongest duck right there. MSG made the same joke.
Man, I love Earthbound.
Don't destroy all of them. I seriously doubt you'll get anything for it.
But I get money. Nah.
Very inconsequential amounts of money.
Alright, now we do door 2. Oh, this is going to be a super spooky duck. Oh, I have to cross the veil for this one.
You must shed your mortal coil.
Alright, well, let's get that mortal coil back.
Even death itself cannot end Wario. So I guess it's technically inaccurate. You do die in this game. It's just an inconvenience at best.
Doc.
Which is somehow even more metal.
Well, naturally. But in strange eons, even Wario may die. Flip it.
You gotta flip it.
Rude.
Twist it. Pop it. Pull it.
Oh, I'm missing something. Oh well. Darn. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Darn. Again. You're good at making the same mistakes twice in a row. Not this time. Oh. I do want money. Done. Done. Which duck? Darn. Which duck do you think is spookier? Duck 2 or Duck 1 or Duck 4? No, wait, damn it. Duck 1 or 2? Wait, you don't know Duck 4 yet. Damn. This one? Yeah, this is definitely the spoopy duck. The other one is the aspiring spooper duck. Aha! Yeah, fair. Let's just check him. Alright, so this is going to be the spook duck. Let's at least take him out. Wait, no. Ow! Be smarter than the Ghosty. I am not smarter than the Ghosty. There we go. Seriously, what is the trick to? Oh, wait, no, that doesn't make any sense. Meh. Out.
I think there's gotta be a better way to do it than to bounce off that guy.
Yeah, probably. Come up here. Oh, lots of platforming we can do with here. Come here, mouse. Darn. Da. I'm up here. Alright, so let's first take care of this while we're here. Then one more mouse for the road. There we go. Oh, darn.
Unfortunately, you'll have...
Aha!
Oh, no, you got him. Way to go.
Alright, as soon as I defeat this duck, it's all over, so I will double back.
See if you can get some treasure.
Yeah, I am definitely missing stuff. I think I am supposed to...
Oh, I see. You can do it like that. Gotcha. I thought you could only bounce off of them once.
Yeah, likewise. Helmet dude.
Punch.
Maybe bottom right.
Yeah, I don't think it was on my side.
Okay. Yes!
Orb.
Orb.
That's one way to do it.
Go with what works.
Just suffer.
Wow.
It's fine.
Alright, so, Duck, it's time to get... Oh, wait for it.
Dangerous?
Dangerous! Out of here. Wario just wants validation for punching 4 ducks. Okay, not 1, not 4. Not 7.
Yep. Not 3.
Oh, also true. Okay, this has got to be 8. No, it could be 6. 8 or 6.
Yep. Yeah.
See above.
See above. See above.
6.
Okay.
Wario, official duck puncher of the NFL. He refuses to progress to the castle unless he gets that validation. Find the hidden door! Dumb. Oh, maybe I needed him. Suspicious. I kind of remember this level, actually. Oh, well, there's the hidden door. We found it, guys. Pack it up. No, but
Yeah, I remember this one too. The mazes that you make by uncovering the breakable walls are always kind of cool.
Yeah. What the hell is wrong with this man's face?
He returned to monkey.
Yeah, but it's like he returned to Monkey and then kept returning.
He returned to Marmoset or whatever.
There it is. Oh no, quick, escape the puncher! I couldn't escape. Water might be useful to have access to.
It is the universal, I don't want to be this transformation anymore, juice.
The universal solvent indeed. Because it solves all of life's problems. That seems like progress. Oh. And that is a dead end. dealing with actual factual maze territory here. Aha! You know, stuff like this is just cool in my book.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Wario Land 4 has a few segments like this too.
Oh, cool. Wow, I'm gonna have so much backtracking to do.
Mm-hmm. Always found it satisfying how every part of the maze has a specific shape. Yeah.
Aha! Now this man I won't waste.
It's just fun to fill out this level in the same kind of way that, like, filling out a map on a old school RPG is kind of fun.
For sure.
Like, yeah, it's tedious, but it's also
Alright, so that's...
it's also rewarding in a weird way.
There's just a good zen flow to it. Probably some Skinner boxy sort of stuff. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's two of them. We will come back to that one as well. This we determined was a dead end. There we go. Wait, maybe I should be saving the enemies and just chucking them at walls.
Yeah, I don't think that they'd be that picky with it.
Probably not. Alright. There we are. Wait, no.
It's just a little place to be.
Easy to get turned around in this full maze, too. Blah, 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 blah. And that's where we started. This ended up being not at all useful. Let's see. Nah. these continue not to be anything. Let's just move on. Nope. I can continue to check. I'm a patient man. Meh, whatever. Alright. Ow. What do you think, left or right?
Left.
I punt the fish.
To quote myself, you're very good at making the same mistakes twice in a row.
Yeah. Alright. It seems to be just this room there, so... whatever. Now I am curious if... I won't worry about it. Aha! That'll be progress. Probably just want progress. Growl the fish at me. Well, I guess we're stuck here. Or are we?
Such a tease.
Nope. I mean, this was a clear destination, so...
Wait. Go back.
What do you think?
Yeah, charge. Get on that little ledge and charge.
Nope.
Not there.
Not there, neither. Well, usually they'd have some sort of sign of where to stomp. Oh, so that's gonna be, that'll be the secret thing. Wait. Oh, there it is. Yay! Okay. So that's the end. We ignore that for now. Maybe that's a hint about the end of this route, then. There you are. Nice. Good. Alright.
not on my side.
Don't think it's on my side, but maybe it's right here.
Oh, it was on my... Crap.
That's all good. Alright. Look. Not on my side.
Bottom right.
Here?
Yeah.
Cheers. A shield?
Either that or some kind of gemstone.
Maybe a harp. Well, we'll see in a sec. Yes, yes. Yeah, I can't really tell. Either gemstone or shield. Could be any of them.
Yeah, that tells us literally nothing.
Alright, no, it could still be a bunch.
Yeah.
Okay, could be a 3, 8, or 9. That's 9.
It could also
Unless
be
it's
4.
And that's why we check. I did tell you that it couldn't be 2. True. Now saving. The final battle! Final chapter, final story, final battle, final destination. There. Might as well sort these guys out.
I see Wario's castle is located partially in downtown Denver.
There's kind of a weird, Okay, my mind just made a bunch of jumps, so I'm gonna have to try to make this flow conversationally. There is kind of a weird urban sensitivity to some of the Wario Land games. Like,
well, you do go into a town in this game.
Yeah, it's not even just a case of like Wario's in cities. When he's adventuring on remote islands, somehow those remote islands have major metropolitan areas. So accordingly, I think Wario feels a lot more Popeye than Mario does.
I could feel that, yeah.
Of course, Wario being Wario, he is strictly doofing as Popeye, but hey.
Could just be Bluto.
Yeah, Wario is very Bluto. It's very important to me that I get these coins, you see. Okay. Now let's go back. Hey, glad we've established that. Do it. There we go. Darn. Not high enough. That's a little rude in my book.
Quite rude indeed.
That is absolutely specifically positioned to catch you off guard, too. I kind of love that.
Yeah. I like that they're making use of the camera pan just to be an asshole.
Oh, yeah. Rude. There we go. Something I don't think I noticed before, Wario looks back and forth when sliding in frozen form.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
He is fully aware of his fate. I have no mouth and I must wah. Come on. Darn. Darn. Come on, come on. Ah, poop.
Yeah, you gotta be grounded for it to stop you. You can't. Otherwise.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I'm just gonna ignore. Nope.
You were saying?
There we go. Okay, we got there. Wait, nope.
Took us a while, but we got there. And now it's all irrelevant.
Oh well. Oh wait, no, he moved. See, the polar bear, like most enemies, has a home.
This isn't a polar bear, this is a snowman.
Snowler bear. I'll take that.
Behold, the Three Stooges video game. Kind of, yes.
Okay. Wait. There we go. We got there, folks.
You did it!
Well, wait, no, that's okay. We can still make this work.
And
There
then there's
we
one
are.
last trap where if you jump over there, you're gonna knock it out of your hand.
When does funny fart man go boom? What does funny man fart and go boom? Haha. Hey, it's Arv. Not in
Funny
this
man
game.
does not fart and go boom.
Funny man just doofs in this game. Oh, and occasionally,
Funny man lives a very miserable life.
and occasionally
And-
gets blotto.
Yeah, and he's driven to drink, as you can see. I'm down on my luck.
So he's like Coin from DKC3.
Does Coin get drunk?
Coin fell on hard times.
Just keep equipping himself head to toe in armor to keep the beer kegs away from him to curb his alcoholism.
Aw.
That's an interesting interpretation, but I will support you for standing by it.
You know, I could absolutely see a Rareware enemy named Keg. What do you think he looks like? Is he just a Kremling wearing a big barrel, or...?
Yeah, I think he's like the,
Is he, like, very naked?
He's like the Nakas, except in a steel barrel, which makes him totally invincible and very annoying.
Oh, there you go.
It could be a metal version of the first boss in DKC3, the one you feed bugs to. Could be,
Oh, sure, okay. That's a loop.
what was his name?
Naka? No, wait, that's the regular dude. Belcha.
Belcha, yeah, that's right.
That's the boss store. We don't want to go there yet. Ow. I think I have missed the treasure door. I don't automatically get treasure for beating the final boss, do I? I don't. It's been a bit. Oh wait, no, there's a thing. There we go. Lovely.
And when you beat him, the world item you get is a keg tap, which you give to Booze a Bear so he can finally start his party.
I like Booze a Bear.
Monkey. Top middle. Is there any penalty for getting hit in this game? You lose some coins, but no, for the most part, it's just very, very annoying, and the game is built around sending you backwards and making you lose progress and making it difficult in spite of you being totally invincible, which is pretty interesting. And sometimes you actually want to get hit because you can. It makes you transform into various other forms, which can have pros and cons.
Yep. Alright, here we go. Oh. I'm sure that's supposed to be fire, but it looks like a bunch of little dudes excitedly jumping and cheering.
Yeah. So if you get hit on this boss, it'll probably take you out of the arena. That's the thing.
Captain Syrup taking cues from Wily, I see.
See, so that means you have to restart the boss. So that's how they add difficulty to the bosses, in spite of you being totally invincible. Pretty neat, actually.
Oh, wait. Not this time. There it is. Nice. Not nice.
And then you gotta find your way around. Yeah, it's usually pretty easy to get back.
Oh, free 100 spot. Nice. Oh, more drunks. Ow, bad, sucks, bad, awful. No one likes it. Well, let's try again. That's one. Somehow it didn't occur to me that those spearmen were actual spearmen. Oh, fire bombs.
If someone told me this game was composed by the same person as Link's Awakening, I'd believe it in a heartbeat. I believe it is Tataka, yeah. Because he did Virtual Boy Wario Land for sure.
Oh yeah. Yep. Well, we try again. Darn alcoholism. Da 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 da. No one really fares well in these games.
Yeah, it's just kind of miserable for everyone involved.
I detonated that man. Alright,
there's no good guys and no bad guys, just a bunch of losers.
Ah. Meh.
Your final boss right there, Booze Penguin.
The final boss is alcoholism. Connor, did Gooms tell you he played his first ever game of Mario Party Superstars? He did not. Was that this past weekend?
Yep.
What'd you think?
It was fun. I didn't like all of the changes they made to Spaceland, but I think that it's generally still very competent, and I wouldn't be too nitpicky about it.
Darn, forgot about that. Well, good. Good. Yeah, I don't think I've done the new Spaceland. Horrorland or Woody Woods are a bit better.
They didn't neuter it entirely like I was worried they might do. Like if they did something terrible, like make the laser only lose half your coins or something, that would suck.
Oh, sure. Whoop. Trust me, Spear guys, I'm doing you a favor. Well, I'm not.
We had a Daisy AI lose all of her coins by the laser, immediately followed by landing on Bowser's face and losing her one and only star, netting her 0 out of 0.
Wow, rough stuff.
And she had to hand over 100 coins.
Oh, I have to time that. Ow. That's on me.
Your timing was off.
Nope. Blum ba da ba 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 ba. So, like, this is our first time seeing Captain Syrup do stuff with tech, right?
Yeah. In Wario Land 1, she just had a genie.
More evidence that Captain Syrup just is someone who lives in this world and goes on a whole slew of adventures that we know nothing about because we're strictly looking at things from Wario's perspective. Ah, come on! Darn.
Maybe she's a fan of Dr. Wily, given her skull motif.
Maybe.
Captain Syrup Canadian? She is now in my headcanon.
I choose to believe you base that entirely on the fact that she's wearing a buff.
I think it was the fact that she's named Captain Syrup.
Oh, yeah, okay. That makes sense, too. Not an old dude's syrup.
They're Canadian stereotype of buffs. Tarwell just represents all Canadians now.
Yeah, buffs are like the new toques.
Did I do this to my people? I don't know, I think Canadians are a bit too nice in order to be pirates.
Ah, man. Definitely just have to time those. Almost. Almost. Ow. Not like this. Not like this!
This game is like the that meme of the guy who can't hold all these limes in video game form.
Yeah, I can see that. Too soon? Hashtag too soon. Well, that was something.
Probably have to hit her and not her ship.
That one I'll let go.
It is a tight window, yeah.
Oh, not even.
Can you smack her directly without the explosion? Not really.
She's a little too high up. Oh, wait, no, I see what you're saying. Oop. No! Oh.
I think you don't need to wait. I think you just smack her. Could be.
Try that.
Could be like you have to get her to freak out because of bombs trapped in there with her.
let me jump right into the flame. Like throwing the dynamite in the windows of Battletoads Cross Double Dragon. Darn. Okay, so for generic names for crossovers, do you prefer X meets Y or X cross Y?
Oh, definitely meats. Just because there's so much needless debate about whether it's X or cross. And I don't need that in my life. Also, it's Project Cross Zone, and I hate that game.
So you would much rather it Project Meat Zone?
Yes, actually.
Well, that sounds like an entirely different type of game. Darn.
No, I don't think that worked. I think you do have to wait and then throw it up at her. Could have been the side of her.
Darn.
Yeah, I remember this boss being kind of tricky, I think.
Luckily, running into the side only burns.
Wait, do you need to throw the bomb into the fire pillar and shoot it into her?
Oh, maybe. Let's try that.
Yeah.
After these messages.
After these messages, after these messages, after these messages, we'll be right back.
Not bad, not bad. Almost timed perfectly. Tarvald also suggests verses for your crossover titles. Alright, now very important. Do you spell versus VS or versus just V? Or versus like an actual damn 6-letter word?
Versus is a good one, just because it very explicitly lets you know that there'll be a fight in it.
Oh, okay, so... Alright, so it's that throwing fire into fire makes more fire. That's the play.
Gotcha.
Verse is like the plural of verse. I like when crossovers fit frames of music. Rip. There we go.
Got it.
Oh, she turned into a Virtual Boy character.
Ooh, that was close.
Nope. Gotta be a little more careful. Whoop.
Pictured being careful.
Thread the needle, pal. Yep. There we go. Is that it?
Got it. Yeah.
There we go. Down with Canada.
Down with Canada. They were the brown sugar pirates, then they became the black sugar pirates. I mean the black sugar gang, and now they're the dead sugar pirates.
Yeah, rip. That's gonna be 2... Actually, that can only be 2, right?
Yeah. That's only possible 2.
Okay. Now they're the last Saskatchewan pirates.
I don't think it's possible to solve it with only 1, but... So, that's about as good as you can do.
The last of Barrett's privateers. Alright. And that was the final boss. So that is... game. Now we have our ending cutscene here. Yeah, rip.
Get our cash back.
Now on to my pick for maybe the most underrated track in the series.
Yeah, it's really good. I like it a lot.
Yeah, like, if they ever do any Wario Land music for Smash, they do the main theme, obviously, but this is number 2 in my book.
I'd like a mix of this with Wario Land 3's credits. That'd be awesome.
That'd be neat, yeah. There's a really, really neat cover of this that I'll link in the Discord later, but, even have our weirdly serious-looking owl friend with us. I'd be interested in seeing some Wario Land 4 tracks myself. Yeah, fair. I still... You'll get my thoughts fresh on Wario Land 4 when we get there, so...
Wario Land 4 is a very interesting, eclectic soundtrack.
Oh,
You'll probably recognize a lot of the sound effects that they used in WarioWare originally,
sure.
or from Wario Land 4 in the music and stuff.
Sure, okay. Wario Land 4 soundtrack is pretty easily my favorite in the series. Fair enough.
I like it. I do personally think it's held back by the GBA sound chip, but it's good.
Well, most things on the GBA are.
Yeah. Just feels kind of muted most of the time, but I like it.
I love this walk cycle for Wario. It's just the epitome of the Sonic legs moving around in a spiral thing, or in a circle thing.
Wheelo legs.
Pretty much. But slower. Can't wait till he farts away the credits. Not gonna happen. Shoutouts to the Super Mario Club. Key change!
It's just nice to see Wario happy after he goes through so much suffering.
Yeah, he's earned this, man. He's actually earned something for a change.
For all of the shit Wario goes through, the endings are usually pretty rewarding for him.
Da-da-da-da-da. And that is game. Rather, that is half of the game.
Yep.
And I'll get that picture panel.
So what this game does is that it has many different alternate routes, and they all have different level routes. So while that's the first ending, I think there's like 5 different endings you can get in this game.
I believe that's correct.
And they all have... Yeah, and you can see that we unlock this map screen, and it tells you which levels have alternate exits.
So there's still a lot for us to do yet.
Yep.
This is the true gimmick of this game.
Yeah.
Everything else has just been prelude. And this is the main... This is why I've traditionally considered this game my favorite in the series, because holy hell is this a creative approach.
It is really cool, yeah. Granted, some of the routes are a little bit bullshit, but...
But, again, that's the vibe of the game, is just doofing around.
Yeah. The one in level 1 in particular, though, you could doof around in that level for hours and hours and hours and never find it.
Admittedly, I knew the trick ahead of time, so that never blindsided me, but I could very easily see you going, what the hell am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
Ultimately, I like Wario Land 3's whole thing better, but that's very much a muffin problem. I can respect that for sure. Oh, wait, how do I... Oh. Oh. Do I might need to reset. Alright, so we will reset here. We'll
make a save state just in case.
Just in case. So we turn off the game, we turn it back on. Start from beginning of stage. And now we get to select where we want to start. What do you think? Should I just get rid of this map piece right away, or should I get into the fun stuff?
I guess you might as well. Well, actually, how about you get that while I'm eating dinner?
Oh yeah, okay, fair enough. So, for now, we'll start on... Or, was that? Were you saying you're going to get dinner now?
No, I'm not.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and start with the one at the very top of the game.
Yeah.
When we unlock the true ending, does Wario say, "I know who I am now. This is my destiny," or whatever it is Shadow says, IDK.
And I gotta admit, even though it's kind of bullshit, it is really creative. So I'll give them that. It's kind of fun.
All right. So starting from the top, we might as well let this play through again. So we did see this before, but...
So, if you remember, the first mission was to stop our noisy alarm clock. So it isn't constantly ringing after we woke up.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit, it's Scrupulous Fingor. Are all hands in Mario games just Scrupulous Fingor now? So this is how this day began. The Black Sugar Gang raided our castle. They turned on the giant faucet we have for some reason.
Just to be naughty.
The birds don't mind because they're quite used to this. They also put in an alarm clock.
Just to be annoying.
Chapter 1, One Noisy Morning. Story 1, Turn off the alarm clock.
There, we found the secret exit.
And there you go. You just sleep through the alarm.
You just don't do anything and sleep through the alarm.
You have to admit, a very Wario thing to do.
Yes.
I remember having to wait longer than that. Actually, likewise, that just kind of happened right away. Dude, Wario's got...
It's kind of genius, yeah.
Wario's got sleep apnea, bro. Do you see all that snot and sweat from flailing limbs? Get this man a CPAP. Aww. So we don't have to do this. So that's cool. Now saving.
Just don't do it, you can.
So, having done that... Anyway, I'm still not sure why you pointedly avoided all the side rooms on your first trip through the level. I forgot that, I forgot where the routes were set up, so I didn't want to accidentally trigger an alternate route.
I don't think there's ever more than 2 routes.
No, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Anyway, now we explore the alternate timeline where Wario slept through his morning alarm. Eventually, they got annoyed themselves with the alarm and turned it off.
If you're not going to wake up, we're going to wake you up for you.
And he slept the whole day. Oh my god! Chapter 2, Invade Wario Castle. Story 1, To the Castle! see, just the right height.
You gotta love how it's a much shorter and much easier quest just to do nothing.
Sometimes doing nothing is the correct solution.
You just can't play their game and go on their wild goose chase.
That's fine. Oh, you gotta deal with allergies. Not this time, Buzz Bee.
Why did they just show Wario entering the castle and now suddenly we're back in the forest? Presumably there's a forest in between the castle and where we were, but yeah, it's not very well explained. Don't worry about it. The real answer is that the cutscene team and the level design team are two different teams.
Let's see, is this gonna be progress or... Yeah, it's progress. What about this? That is also progress. But this one I'll do because it's fun. Ah, gotta time this right.
Well, I guess I don't know for certain that they're two different teams, but I assume they are.
Darn. Meh, maybe there's an easier way to do it.
An easier way in Wario Land? You must be mad.
There we go.
Okay, that's dinner, so finish this level and then go on to that other one.
Sounds good.
Okay, I'll be back.
Alright, see you in a bit. I bet Sonic never had to deal with this bull crap. I probably didn't want to do that. There we go. Nice. And that's for if you just want to do the loop. Probably would have been faster if I did the other, but that's okay. Sonic and some data mine version of Sonic Boom dealing with that crap. I heard the 3DS Sonic Booms were okay. You don't really hear a whole lot about the mobile Sonic games or the handheld Sonic games. Maybe it's because it's closer to the roots that way. Maybe. Maybe, I wonder if it was Dimps who did Boom for gosh, words are failing me. Because Dimps did all the other Game Boy Advance and DS games. And I think they did, I think they were the ones who did friggin' Generations on 3DS as well. Alright, there's way too many drunks around here. The McDonald's ones in the mid-2000s were excellent, I'll have you know. Oh, what, the faux Game & Watch ones? I remember those. Da-da-da-da. They were, in fact, impeccable. And by impeccable, we mean completely impeccable! Oh, wait, I know. Come on, still be there. Good. Not good. Ah, man, he moved. Now that is gaming at its finest. Ah, I just murdered it. But I got 2 hundo, bro, so it's okay. Drunkenness can be solved by swimming. I imagine it's a bit like a cold shower or a hot cup of... Damn it. Hot cup of coffee in the morning. Except with more drowning. Well, yeah. Remember, if you can't die, it's perfectly safe. Alright, you guys, when I get this, it's gonna be so totally great, you, like, won't even believe it. I'm not sure I believe it myself, even. Alternate strategy, grab one, then use another to bounce on up there. Not a bad idea. Here, let me assist this man into drowning. Oh, right. Okay, well, you're not even in the right place, Penguin Man. There you go. There you go, not a bad call. In fact, quite a good call. Alright, since I am down a Gooms, I will stick with normal. Alright, let's see. Crap, I didn't quite catch it. I think maybe this top left one? I saw what it wasn't, and it was this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. But I'm not sure if it was top left or bottom right. I'll go top left. Poop. Well, we try again. So, there I was, trapped in a cave of drunkenness. Wow, Wario, that is such a vivid metaphor for alcoholism. Thank you for sharing with us. What do you mean, metaphor? It really happened. There were penguins and everything. Uh-huh. Brightly colored pills. Let's see. down, and... Nope. Oh. I mean, I just kill one. That can work. There we go. Brilliant. Really feel like we've accomplished something here. Grabbing peels. Out. Also, my laptop is such crap that I'm just permanently stuck in the past. Just an FYI if my comments seem completely out of step. Nah, you're fine, but we'll keep that in mind. SG does scold you for living in the past, man. But, no judgment here. That probably wasn't how you're supposed to do that, TBH. If it works, it works. I keep making that same mistake. Well, I've got a rep to live up to. Bye. Darn. Wait, nope. Haha! Your rep is making the same mistake twice in a row, not 3 times. Well, you gotta step it up. You gotta keep yourself relevant. And by keeping myself relevant, I mean continuing to be increasingly irrelevant. Darn. It's a little fiddly on this, but let's see. Really just gotta do light taps. That tap is not light. Too high. Ba-da-ba-ba. There it is. Buzz, 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 light taps. Relevancy is irrelevant, irrelevance is in now, relatively. Subgame contents will change slightly. Each panel costs 50 coins. Press B to answer. Well, that seems to be about the same as before, but, okay. Oh, I see. Still need more. Still need more. Okay. Okay. That's neat. So they speed it up in the back half just to keep things more interesting. Now saving. Alright. Now for the real meat and potatoes, what we're doing here. I just need to charge through this level as quick as I can. Darn allergies. Yeah, I'll try and make this as quick as I can. There we go. There we go. Nice. I don't even need to get a whole lot of money because I'm just I'll be leaning off of the end of level monies. Oh wait. Oh wait. That's it. Nice and easy. Yes, this one I have to play. This is probably going to be base rules, but let's see. Oh no, we're switching to new rules permanently. Four. Yeah, that's 4. Nice. Easy. Ah, that's much better. Easy and peasy. Alright, cool. So, I actually need to quick use the restroom, so I will be right back. Bet you dollars to donuts Gooms is gonna get back while I'm out, but we'll risk it. Be right back. And I'm back. Oh, I did beat Gooms. Yay! Now he doesn't have to know. Invade Wario Castle. Storm the castle! The snooze button option is still making me laugh in this game. Yeah, no, not a whole lot of games that present that to you. Like I said, it's a very Wario option. I don't think there's ever a point this early in the series where the developers didn't get Wario, but that feels like the most true to form Wario thing to me. How do I say it? Like, there's been no question that this Wario is Wario, but that feels especially unquestionably Wario. Okay. He's smarter than the weird flying satellite spikes. Which is to say, duck jump. Aha! Wait. Aha! Aha! There we go. Nice. Wait, is there more? Nope. Darn. Switch. So it is in fact good that I hit that, went in that door first. And that is also progress. But before progress, let's see what we got down here. Oh, wait. I'm not sure how I did that. Seagulls are load-bearing pipes. Absolutely. Darn. There, that should help. No, darn. Aha! Their foundation sucks. That's what those bozos get for contracting out to the cheap guys. I don't know. And now time to refresh the stream and just see how far behind I am. Oh, I see. 3 worlds later. Oop. Alright, we'll do it like this. Out and in. Darn.
I'm back.
Welcome back. I went back and got the map piece, and then now we're back to storming the castle.
Okay.
Yep. You know, the further in I go, the more and more I feel like this is progress, and I should actually double back to that coin arrow I made. So let's do that real quick.
You're having platformers remorse.
Basically.
I like the lighting on this level. The towers, the pillars especially, look really well shaded for Game Boy Color.
Yeah. Now, was this a launch title?
I think it was, yeah. 98. Or close to it, at least.
Definitely launch window for sure, but I can't remember if this was a launch title with Link's Awakening DX, or how that specifically worked out. Oh man, that duck got me. He sure is dangerous. And that's all the she wrote. Out. Alright, now we go back to progress.
Ouch, damn it, duck.
Oh, actually, that reminds me of something. What did Hades say when Cerberus made a spot on the carpet?
I don't know.
Out, damned spot!
Oh, no. I should have got it.
That which is what the reverse. Well, yes. That's a favorite one of mine to tell, because depending on the circles, that's either a little funny or very funny. At the risk of tooting my own horn.
I'm always fond of the classic, what's brown and sticky? Stick.
Always a safe standby. Come on, hurry, hurry, hurry! Oh, that's not happening.
A man walked into a bar and said, ouch.
Jump! Oh. Actually, I have an idea, though. Actually, no. Wario probably won't fit down there when he's running. Well, do it. There we go. Nice. I like this from furry Wario personnel. Jeez Louise. Squeesh. Unsqueesh. Resqueesh. Luckily, Wario has a fat enough head that he can jump through that A-OK. Do it!
This conversation we were having is reminding me of a video which I'll link to you, which you can watch after the stream.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, Wario only turns into fire. He's not, it's not, fiery TF or nothing. You are getting very greedy. You're me, Wario. You're very handsome. Hey, Rife.
He does not get any furry characteristics, I'm afraid. It is not a Yif in Hell Wario.
Come to think of it, I think we've seen the last of Wario's animal transformations.
don't recall him having any, but did he?
Well, actually, no, that's not true.
Well, he had Bunny Wario. I guess that counts.
I was thinking of the hats, but I suppose those aren't full-on. Those are just auxiliary organisms living in a symbiotic relationship with Wario. Button Master of Disguise. Oh, yeah. Yeah, true. There's also, depending on how you slice things... Depending on how you define things, he does have one in Wario Land 3 as well. Look at all of those ways in that I'm ignoring completely.
I'm not quite thinking of it.
Well, okay, let me pose this question to the chat. Are vampires furries?
No. That's dumb. In fact, I considered that's what you might have meant, and I was like, no, that's too dumb.
Surely he has more sense than that. That's an emphatic no from Kelser. Fair enough.
Well, actually, hear me out. What is a vampire except a bat furry?
Or a lizard furry sometimes. Scaly, I suppose. It is very important that I get that one coin. I don't care about that coin anymore. Chat suggests a burry or alternatively a fat burry.
Does this mean that Spider-Man is a furry too?
Well, no, don't be silly. Spider-Man is an aesthetic. Except for the times when he gets multiple limbs. Which happened.
I'm just saying... That's like saying a cat girl is a furry, it just ain't. Well, there's a lot of gray area. I don't know.
I know there's a line some people draw on how cat...
Top middle.
There's literally a chart that shows it exactly. And Kelser and I are on the same page.
If you know, you know.
Brooch? Eh. Out of here, dumb bat.
Out, damned bat.
Let's see. I got a coin, made it worth it.
I don't quite agree.
Well, it made it not a complete wash.
But time is money, so I would consider it a wash.
Darn, 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 dum, dum, dum. There we go. That's better. Didn't you already get into the alcove you keep cursing yourself for missing?
Not all of them.
Actually, I think I did get into that one, so...
Oh.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Well, now you're just dumb. Are you not gonna go for the other ones, though?
I am.
I'm pretty sure there was one on the right side that needed to be flat Wario for.
There is, but I think that's progress.
Oh, okay.
Flies past rings.
Wario simultaneously has busts of himself mounted to the wall and polka dot pink wallpaper. What does this say for his romantic life? Well, at least you can't say he's dishonest.
Oh, no, that... Wait. No, we're good. Alright. Make me small. There it is. It cannot go to the next level teeny tiny. Or squished.
Flat.
Skip that. Oh, so the one thing you missed is that, or the other thing you missed is that, these, end-of-level games have changed. So now, instead of manually flipping them, they automatically flip and I tell it when to stop.
Oh, gotcha.
Five or six, 5 or 6, 5 or 6, 5.
Good that they mix it up a little bit.
Definitely. Also makes it way faster, too.
Yeah.
Story 3. Defeat the giant spearman. I think it's been a while since we've seen a giant spearman.
Giant Spearman!
We haven't seen one in an entire 2 weeks. Well, by definition, yes. I bet if you repeatedly tap the A button on the 3-2-1, you get a speed boost at the start, save you some coins. How did you know? Alright, so that'll be one of the dead ends. Yeah! Let me go get those last coins, too. Very important. There it is. Oh! Well, that was easy.
No, this guy.
My side, bottom right.
Okay.
Yes!
Don't think we've had that guy yet. Not all the other ones.
I don't know. Yoshi egg. Nice. Oh no! Oh no! Alright. The menace is defeated. And I can't actually do anything from down here anyway. Darn. Forgot about you.
Really, is there nothing repeated A-taps can't do? Beat the ABC challenge in Super Mario 64.
Seems to be the chambers of the common enemies here. Well, uncommon, maybe. There we go. Nice. Nice! Easy. Boom.
Many coins. You have to be careful.
Wait, crap. That was a... Did I get it? Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Boom. Close enough. There we go. Again, there are just so many really unique takes on ideas of level gimmicks. Ah, jeez.
Imagine if one of those was a chamber pot and Wario just trampled through it, certified. Oh my god! Moment.
I mean, Wario's got a big-ass faucet. That's probably how he, that's probably all he's worried about for plumbing, let's be honest. Is my faucet working? Good. Wow.
I think he put in that faucet just to flex that he's a better plumber than Mario is.
I will be right back. Let's go ahead and check out the other door just for completion. Nice, 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 nice. So what's the play over here? Oh, that's the play.
Is my faucet running? Then I'd better go catch it. Wah ha 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 ha.
So grab you, Chili Billy. Cool. One wonders why Wario has so many fireplaces. At least that's how I've always read these brick structures. Go away. Oh wait, I have to throw him in the wall. No, I don't.
Just bully him to death. Poor guy.
There we go. Got 100 spot too. Wario really misunderstood the stereotype about rich people having a million bathrooms. Wario pulls out a pencil and pad and adds work on stand-up routine to his to-do list alongside make hella bank and ruin someone's day. Have a rotten day.
Only the most important priorities. Seven.
Easy. Go through the Grand Hall. Oh, this is kind of a calmer one, though. Go through the Grand Hall. You know, for Wario, wouldn't every hall be grand? Don't read too much into that. I just think Wario's the kind of guy who would name everything he owns grand. Oh man, it looks so much cleaner without that one missing spot. Doesn't it, though? Nice, another hundo spot. There we go. Nice. Not bad for the first room. Yes, quite, that's a problem. That is also a problem. Yeah, fair. Probably lots of back and forth in here. Oh, probably that's the Grand Hall. Oh, I have to be smart.
You were smart.
Yes.
Way to go.
Oh, you again.
They've sent their big guns out now. Not messing around.
This is what I think of with their big guns.
It's absolutely perverse that they're raiding your castle with such disgusting, foul enemies. Also, the Grand Hall, just wait till you see the grandest hall, decked out with a Whoville-style Christmas feast every night.
Wario would probably steal all the cans of Who Hash.
He doesn't even like Who Hash, he just wants to steal it.
Well, yeah. He just has like a hall of who hash. And that's a hall using both spellings at the same time.
The only problem with that is he wouldn't get upset that people are being greedy on Christmas.
Well, no, of course not. Of course, I didn't need to do any of that.
It was worth emotional support.
I styled. It was fun styling.
I wouldn't go that far.
It was very stylish. Overwhelmingly stylish.
It wasn't even nice, let alone stylish.
It was within the top 30 stylishest things I've done on stream. I really hedge my bets here, folks.
It was neither nice, nor good, nor great, nor wonderful, nor excellent.
I would catch and chug each of these millers if they keep chugging at me, but we all saw what happened in that cave. Out. What do you suppose the snowman dudes do in Captain Syrup's crew?
They're the quartermasters.
Of course. I should have known.
Every crew needs a quartermaster. Some would argue that they run the crew more than the captain does.
Wow, they're so important?
Yeah.
These snowman dudes?
Mm-hmm.
Surely I would have thought Bobo or someone else would rank higher, but no, it basically just goes Syrup, then them.
Bobo's a bird. It doesn't have any intelligence.
Well, I don't know. It was pretty mean.
It's just like their mascot. It's like nominating the shark-infested waters for captain. Doesn't really work.
I sort of like the idea, though, of just promoting a meteorological phenomena into a captaincy. Go. Goal.
I think I'd only just now realized that the snowmen are skiing.
Oh, yeah. They're definitely less pleasant Dr. Freeze goods. Alright, now this hall. This hall's pretty great.
Less pleasant, but also less drug addicted.
Well, we don't I I mean, have you seen the rest of Captain Syrup's crew? She does not have the tightest ship.
Fair, but on the other hand, the snowman's name is a pun on Dr. Feelgood.
That just means he's gonna be your Frankenstein. Hey, those meteor showers really have instilled either fear or bravery in soldiers for untold millennia. Can't argue with that. Let's see. Are you the minigame? You are! Nice.
Not on my side for sure.
I think here. Yes. Nice. Paintbrush.
I think it's a pipe, like Goemon style.
Oh. Oh, huh. Maybe. Oh, wow, and it's just over right there. Alright, well, hold on. No, no, you need to set me ablaze. Do it, Fox. Hey, no! Well, not ideal.
It's easy to get those. Now that you burnt it.
Sure enough.
Not like that.
Well, no, not ideal, eh? There we go. Lovely.
We might max out the coin counter. I think we probably will.
Not sure about that. The end of the level's just up ahead.
Well, I don't mean
Oh.
this level.
Oh, maybe. Darn. Do it. If you love me, you will try to burn me alive. Jump! Yes!
Of course you miss one.
I mean, I could go back for it, but I am at a perfect 700.
Yeah.
It's quick. It's not quick.
It's a sign.
Well, I won't sweat it. No. Bum.
Nah, we probably won't.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah, I think that's a type.
Either 7 or 2. I think it's 3. Yeah, it's 3. I don't know. That sure looks like a paintbrush to me, but it could be a go.
Oh no! It is a paintbrush. Now that I can see it on a white background.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't see the black as well before.
Final story. Kick him out. Oh, we're gonna be dealing with Flat Wario, Flat Manly. Oh no, we're dealing with
Drunk Wario.
Excuse me.
Oh, this is fun actually. Just play Plinko with yourself.
Oh yeah. Da 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 ba da bum. That one I'm going to have to try and finagle.
You can probably get in there by duck jumping.
Probably. But I want to explore a little more. Do it.
I don't think you need to be drunk, Wario, but...
Oh no, see, that definitely I need to be flat.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Maybe flat people can't get drunk. That might be what's going on.
Or can you? Are you sure you can't duck jump through there?
Well, I guess we'll try in a sec. Is that progress? That seems progressive.
That's very forward-thinking in its politics.
Blah 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 blah. There we go. Yeah, you're right.
So, Wario and Conker go to a bar and get a pint together. How does that end?
At least one kingdom has been overthrown by the morning.
Fair. Good thing this game came out before age ratings were really a thing, I think. No, they were around. This was 98, and the first ones were right after Mortal Kombat, I think 93 or 94.
As point of fact, a little bit of a historical note. The ESRB ratings, as we know them today, were a little different originally. Oh, I needed that. Originally, instead of the E for Everyone rating, you had the K through A, Kids through Adults rating. I believe that was due to, like, copyright issues or something. They couldn't clear, like, someone owned, there's some conflict with E for Everyone.
Huh.
So they just used K through A for, like, 4 years while the rights cleared.
Interesting.
This game had 2 releases, one on original Game Boy and one on Game Boy Color, and both of those straddled the time that the ESRB was able to clear it. So you have the Game Boy version was rated K through A, and the Game Boy Color version was rated E.
Interesting. But yeah, the reason why there's alcohol in this one is because this is that was actually censored in the North American version. where the penguins would throw black spheres at you, and you would become Dizzy Wario instead of Drunk Wario. But we're playing on a hacked version, which removes the censorship.
I'm pretty sure it's just the
Oh yeah, Crazy Wario, not Dizzy Wario.
That's right. But I'm pretty sure there's no other changes to this hack. The only difference is that they restored the Japanese sprites. Ow.
Crazy Wario. His power is having the best deals on used cars anywhere in the Mushroom Kingdom.
I like that.
Not the first Mario character to get totally wasted, though. I mean, happened to Peach, it happened to Bowser.
They didn't exactly get wasted. They just,
Oh no, Peach got wasted. Bowser can hold his liquor like a champ, though.
Oh, I would hope so.
You can... The blushing that Peach does makes it very clear that she's getting a little tipsy.
Oh, huh, okay.
But Bowser just chugs it.
Yes!
Bottom middle.
There we go. Daruma.
It's like Mario, but...
Maruma.
Darumario.
It's a me, Darumario. I forget, have I told my Mario interview story on stream yet?
I don't believe so.
Okay, so when I was a kid, I made a couple music tapes. Back when I was like 6, 7, I was just picking up guitar. I really got into doing my own. Boy, this is gonna make me sound super, super precocious, but I really got into coming up with my own songs. Now, being a kid, nothing super complex or anything like that, but just coming up with little melodies, like 8 measure melodies or something like that, and just playing with it, and just so like I did a whole I must have spent over the course of a couple months, I came up with like 5 different songs, and I created a music tape of it. Just on a little cassette, recorded all my songs. Nothing super long, but I was really proud of it, and I had a lot of fun doing it. So I decided I was going to do a second tape. Well, instead of taking all this time to come up with different songs and stuff, I decided to just polish it off in a weekend, or on a Saturday afternoon, and improvise everything. So, you know, I'm just sitting there just babbling whatever to whatever melody comes to mind. And it's like, I think I listened to it once a year later and was like, what even is this? But about halfway through, I got bored and decided I was going to spice it up by having an interview in the middle of it. And I decided I was going to interview Super Mario. Now, it's worth note that at this point in time, I had never played a Mario game. In fact, I'd never even so much as seen a Mario game. I only knew of Mario from TV commercials for like Mario Party and Super Mario 64 and stuff like that.
Got milk.
Yeah, exactly. I have very vivid memories of that Got Milk commercial, and wondering what the hell it even was. It was surreal seeing Cool Dry World in context. But in any case,
Wet Dry World.
Oh,
You're confusing it with Cool Mountain.
Well, that just goes to show. No, but so like I said, I was aware of Mario from commercials and ads from like magazines and stuff like that, but I hadn't actually played any of the games. And I ran into issues pretty quickly into my interview when I realized I had no idea what to ask Mario about. Oops.
You lose.
So, and again, I'm just improvising everything and just talking. I don't remember most of it, but it was like, so I've got here Mario with me. Say hello, Mario. Hello, it's me, Mario. Well, Mario, what is it that you do? It's me, Mario. I don't know. For some reason, that line stuck with me for years. So, it's me, Mario. I don't know. Also, Mario was like an imaginary friend for me for a while. Like, I would try and feed him ice cream, just when I was at restaurants and stuff. I have no idea why I glommed onto Mario because, like I said, I hadn't played any of the games, so I really had no attachment to this guy outside of commercials and stuff.
Also, here's Giant Spearman reborn into a robotic form.
Pretty sure.
More powerful than we could have ever imagined.
I'm pretty sure this is where I came from. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it is. I'm pretty sure well, it's Giant Spearman, so I stomp his head. Captain Syrup must have taken out a loan from Dr. Eggman or something. Yeah, she really went all in on tech between games. That weird.
There you go. You figured it out.
There we go. Also, hey, I had every single enemy from Donkey Kong Country rotating daily as my imaginary friend at one point. You know, fair.
How was Claptrap to hang out with?
Honestly, Claptrap would probably be a cooler bud to hang out with than Manky Kong.
Yeah, Manky Kong's an asshole.
I like how upset he looks when he has to recharge. This is just Stardust Speedway without the running. So, I suppose the girl that we're saving in this case is Wario's money.
The only girl Wario needs.
Robot Spearman must recharge! Oh, it got a jet.
Sneaky.
Well, it is the final boss. It has to keep us on our toes. The only girl I need is whatever denomination our first female president ends up on. Actually, why don't the coins have Peach's face on it? Interesting to think about. The only coins in the Mushroom Kingdom that have people's faces on them appear to be, yep. Dead end.
Well, the Wario Land games don't take place in the Mushroom Kingdom. I assume Kitchen Island is its own sovereign nation.
Ah, probably. So I guess you just have the Yoshi coins, maybe?
And I assume that's why Wario was able to just declare him king of that island. With the only competition being Captain Syrup, who did a similar thing.
He has an independently realized micronation. And I guess Diamond City just kind of grew around it.
Do you think the town where Ball Bunny is at is actually Diamond City?
Oh, maybe the early days, like before, I don't know, whatever industry, took off. Diamond City used to be Diamond Town back in the day.
There's probably a conflict of interest when the king of the island is also the biggest business leader.
Well, at the same time, I imagine, because I don't know what other industry exists there. Probably people arrived or people started coming in just because Wario's there to stimulate the economy.
Well, there's piracy if you count that as a business.
I mean, it's not a sustainable model, but... Those, I assume, the Yoshi coins aren't really used in circulation. They're more like limited edition coins. They're even elongated like those special pennies. Yeah, fair. Come on. There we go. Easy. Well, eventually.
And that's game.
That's game.
You beat the game.
I think it is kind of Mario-ish, but I do think that's supposed to be a Daruma doll.
Yeah, maybe.
She deep. Four, 7.
104, 104, 104, 7.
You hate to see it happen. Wait, how many of those discs are there?
Time to go back to sleep.
All in a day's work. I feel like we've learned something today. It's okay to sleep in and get everything done in the last hour.
I guess Wario just goes through the 7 deadly sins, and this one was sloth.
Oh man, don't tell me you're writing a Wario Land II creepypasta. Alright, what circle of hell does the Maze Woods represent, or whatever?
I'm not familiar enough with Dante's Inferno to get that specific.
Admittedly, it's been a long friggin' time since I read it. I mostly just remember that apparently don't even remember any of that. No, mostly what do I remember of like the lowermost circle is people being frozen in ice for being treacherous, and Dante introduces the concept that some people are so treacherous that they can go to hell even before they die, which is mostly just him dunking on political opponents.
Huh.
It is worth note that Dante was kicked out of Rome, I believe, while he was writing the Inferno, or his Divine Comedy. So basically, he really pissed off the local politicians, and he was like, "Well, fine, screw you. I'll just write about you going to hell before you die." Thought he went to hell before he died if he did drugs, though. Well, what drug is more deadly than betrayal?
Remember, kids, if you betray me, you go to hell before you die.
And yes, as SG points out, the credits run without Wario's involvement here.
Yeah.
The credit theme is called The Journey Home, and, well, there's no need to journey home. Wario is already at home.
It's fun, though.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great way to reuse the cutscene and just give it a totally different meaning.
Looks like he's going to sleep in another day. Alright, let's see them numbers. Where are we at?
That might be my favorite route in terms of plot, but, like, kind of hard to guess that's what it is, but it is cute once you actually figure it out.
Oh, yeah. Alright. Not bad, not bad. Getting there, getting there. 1, 2, 3, 4 more alternate routes. And 3 more exits.
Uh-huh.
Alright. Well, we move on to the next one. Let me go ahead and... Yep. There we go. Yeah, I probably got time for a little more.
Okay. So right here there's an alternate path, but it doesn't lead to an exit, so you can just go either way.
Interestingly enough, this joins up in the middle of the original Chapter 3. So, like, this would be 3-1. No, I tell a lie. So this is, so this is 1-5, 2-1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, no, never mind. Belay that. Basically, instead of going to the SST cup, you do something else. Let's see if we can't figure out what that is. So, we're supposed to defeat the giant snake, but there is something else we can do around here. What's the Kirby JoJo game on the left there? That is a ROM hack of Kirby's Adventure that we did as a one-off a while ago, called Kirby's Bizarre Adventure.
Very little to do with JoJo's.
Yeah, the fan art is actually completely unrelated. I just went with it because why not? Yeah, you were there for that. Oh yeah, fair enough. And there we go. This is not defeating a giant snake, so let's see where this takes us. Nothing to worry about there. His money was gone. And didn't have to waste time punching a snake over it. This time around, Wario was quick enough to catch them before they left, and he chased them into the cellar. Go to the cellar! Defeat the giant spearman.
Time to kill giant spearman again. Giant spearman just can't catch a break in any timeline.
Don't worry about that. That was just my computer notifying me about stuff.
I like to imagine that all of the timelines are canon for Wario, and he just is an interdimensional traveler. He doesn't even realize he's doing it, but he's just traveling across space and time because that's what naturally happens to him.
Oh yeah, I mean that's just pretty par for the course.
Uh-huh.
I would also accept that if the Black Sugar Gang just kept stealing from him and tried more or less the same plan every time.
I could also buy that, yeah.
There we go.
Wait. Go
Yeah,
back.
I saw that barrel. Barrel. Do it. Ow, 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 ow. So that's that. Well, let's see what you are. Nope. And what about you? Oh, you are also progress. Ah, fine. Ah. You know, you could just go back and flip the switch again. Could I? Are they not based specifically on each room? Oh, well, what are you? Yay. Nice. No. Okay. I'll have to come back for that one. Da-da-da. Are you the thing? No, you aren't. Oh, that's the giant spearman. So we'll come back to punch him with our butt.
As one does.
Oh, no, you're right. It does reverse them, I suppose. Rude. Oh, I see. Watch, I needed him. That one I didn't need. Why would I need him? Okay. I had it. Top right.
Yeah, I saw it too. That's the easiest one.
For sure. A torch. Or a stick of dynamite. Hopefully not at the same time. There we go.
It's gotta be sad for a boss if you don't even get dramatic music, you just get the cheery victory level theme. End of the level theme. He might as well just be an orb to pick up.
Yeah, it's just super peppy and pleasant music. Six. Or E. Sounds to beat up spearmen too, basically. Donk. Avoid the rocks. Those are big rocks. Let's see what's over here. Might be able to make that work. Darn. Alright, maybe not. But maybe there's a roundabout way to get there. And I want those coins. Oh, wait. Can I retrieve the rocks? Yes, I can. So, what does this do for me?
Not much.
Mario probably can't grab the big rock.
It might make you flat though, and you can float over there.
Oh, that is true. There we go. For some reason I had it in my head that that would hurt Wario. Clearly,
That's what you get for thinking.
I guess so.
Wario can't get hurt. Wario is invincible!
Ow. So this does still leave the... Oh, that's probably just coming back to this room. Okay. What are rocks if not enemies? The rock of my rock is my pebble.
D-.
Yeah, not my best.
You don't need to break those.
No, you're right. There we go. Easy. There it is. I don't, this isn't a favorite theme. I'll admit.
I kind of like the melody, but the instrumentation does kind of hurt it.
Yeah. There it is. Okay. Go. What do we got? What do we got? Spearmans. Or Dewey. Yeah, we do. Well, worth checking. Oh, you think you're pretty dangerous, don't you, Duck? I got a story for you. You're only as dangerous as you believe you are. At best. Alright, are you the cool door? You are the cool door. Cool.
top right.
A
Star.
Star. Yeah. Oh. Ah! Right, is there... no, there isn't. Oh, probably from the other side.
If the Wario Land games ever got remade, one thing that might be kind of nice to add is descriptions of all the treasures that you get. That the same kind of way that was in the later Wario Land games. It was in Shake It and Master of Disguise.
Oh,
That'd be kinda
definitely.
cute. And because you can't always tell exactly what everything is.
Yeah, no, that'd be a fun touch. Alright, come on, come on.
Hey.
Yeah, okay. I was trying to decide if it could still be a 6, but...
It cannot. So how you feeling? You want to stop there, or?
Oh yeah, we can totally just do that since it saves that
Yeah.
each time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is probably a decent breaking point.
Uh-huh. And then we have, like, 3, 5, so 8.
18 levels.
Uh-huh. We might be able to finish, because today was kind of a shorter stream just because of, Twitch issues.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry about that, folks. But, we should be good to...
I don't know for sure if we'll finish, but it seems likely next week.
We'll certainly give her a go. I won't be here next week because I'll be on vacation. Ah, sorry, SG.
Well, we'll see what happens.
We'll see.